Hey guys, it's Alicia, and today we are playing The Walking Dead, episode 2. I didn't even know that this was out today until I came home from school, I looked at my subscriptions, and I saw that the Cub Scouts posted it, and I was like, well dang, I can't enjoy my video. But, here we are. I actually read something saying that it was canceled, but I'm not sure if it was true. And I didn't have the mental motivation, or I wasn't that interested enough in it to be like, hey, let's read this whole article and make sure everything's yeah. Actually I did read a couple of articles, and I mean, they still say November 6th and December 18th, so I'm not sure how many episodes were supposed to be there originally, but it is what it is.
Previously on The Walking Dead.
Honestly, I feel like it's...
AJ and I had been searching for a long time for some place we could call home. Just
I'm not
when
gonna
we
talk.
thought we found a huge stash of food, it turned out to be a trap.
Clearly. I lied.
That could have been the end.
Hey, don't...
When I woke up,
Thought
I
me
found
was
I'd
wigging
been
out.
saved by a guy named Marlon. The leader of a community, living inside an old boarding school. It felt like a chance at having a home. A real one. We had to go back to the train station to see if any food survived the explosion. But someone else had the same idea. I didn't want to risk it, so I let him take some of the food and leave. I found Marlon and Brody in the basement that night, arguing about the man we'd seen, and I learned why Brody was so afraid. The man was part of a group of raiders they'd run into a year ago. Marlon traded Tennessee's older sisters to the raiders to keep himself safe.
Fucking bastard.
He attacked Brody and locked me in the basement with her. When she turned, I had to stop her. Marlon stole AJ's gun and tried to convince them I had murdered Brody. Violet backed me up. With everyone against him, the fight went out of Marlon. I told him he could stay, but he couldn't be our leader. But then... Marlon was dead.
I'm sorry. That was...
And AJ pulled the trigger.
It was just so
He
instant.
remembered what I'd taught him. To always aim for the head.
I really like how they did that whole recap thing. I didn't want to talk during it because, I mean, I didn't want to recap you guys because I know some people, like me, if it's a YouTuber that you watch, but you're like, well, I already watched the first episode, or I don't know. Or you just don't want to watch the first episode, so you just skip to the second episode, because what's the point? I didn't want to spoil anything, so I just let the game spoil itself. There you go. Words. Okay, and now we are back in our room, surprisingly. So did they just go to sleep after what happened the other night? How odd. Oh, our little boy's
I made
cooking.
you some coffee. It was in the kitchen. Tin said that I can have some. I didn't steal it.
I'm surprised you remember how to make it. We haven't had coffee in a long time.
You put it in hot water.
You're right. Thanks.
Last night, with Marlon, I heard Lewis and what he called me.
What did he call him?
Am I a murderer?
don't recall.
No! Oh my god!
Shit! We could get medicine from the nurse's office.
He's dead.
What do you need medicine for?
Blew his brains out. You shot him. He's dead. You're a murderer. You promised Marlon. You said you'd help him fix things. What the fuck did you teach this kid?
To aim for the head? Duh. Clearly, I taught him
Called me
right.
a murderer. But we're supposed to kill bad stuff. Monsters. Did I do it bad? I thought Marlon was bad.
Marlon had it coming.
He killed
Lewis was
Brody.
out of line.
He kept telling lies.
Mm.
Clem?
I can't.
Just tell me.
I'm sorry.
If I'm a murderer, I should know. Right? So that I can try not to be or...
Lewis was wrong. What you did was justified.
Justified?
It means you had a good reason for doing it.
I was justified. What are we gonna do?
I hope he doesn't start shooting everybody. Are they gonna be like, you gotta leave. You're not allowed here no more.
Back off, all of you!
You talked Marlon down, and then they fucking murdered him.
That's too dang bad.
Go inside.
Come on, let's go.
Oh, just let them go back to the dorms? What happens the next time one of us does something this kid doesn't like? Should we expect a bullet too?
That's not what happened.
It's exactly what happened.
Marlon started this. He killed Brody and almost got me too. AJ did what he had to do.
What he had to? He didn't have to shoot Marlon in the fucking skull. It was over.
Get it, Lewis. Just back off, okay?
Back off? Seriously?
Let's go.
Clem? They better not call me a monster. They were scared of me, even though Marlon was the bad guy. I'm not scary. I didn't act like a monster.
They're too soft.
I stopped a monster.
I know you're not. We just need to prove it to them.
I'll tell them they're wrong. They'll know when someone explains it to them. Like you explain things to me.
AJ, come sit with me. We've got nothing to apologize for. You saved me and them from a monster.
I mean, it was
See that.
over.
We'll make them.
But those aren't my words.
For God's sake, someone help me with this!
Saved you from that car wreck, and you fucking murdered him?
Get back, Mitch!
Get back.
What?
I don't even. Who is
You gonna let
he?
him kill me too? Then who's next? Screw both of you.
Suck my ass.
Hey, what is it?
You've killed a lot of people. Did you kill your friend Lee because he was a monster?
What brought that on?
Was it murder when you shot him?
He asked me to. I ended surfing.
I killed him because I loved him. I didn't want him to suffer.
How? He'd be dead.
He would have turned. I didn't want that for him. He deserved better.
I love you, Clem.
Huh? I'd kill you too.
I love you back.
Exactly what I just heard. That is adorable. I love that picture, that scene, or whatever it's called.
Hey,
Ethan.
Violet said to come get you for the funeral.
Really?
We used to have them more. Then we stopped. It seems right, though. I brought you something.
For me?
I figured you'd be afraid. with everyone all upset. But you were brave last night, like a firefighter.
Aww.
What are those?
Drawings for Marlon and Brody. It's of stuff they wanted. I'm going to put them on their graves.
They don't need them. They're dead. They're not gonna get that stuff.
That's not why you do it.
It's a sweet idea, Ten. They'll look really nice on the graves.
Thank you. Have fun with your firefighter, okay?
Can we play with them later?
Sure. After the funeral. They buried them already. Vile started soon. See you out there.
This is gonna suck. They're gonna say a lot of things about Marlon and Brody. Some true, some not. Let's just get through it without upsetting everybody, okay?
Okay, I'll try.
I feel like he's not gonna know how to shut his mouth. Personally. Drink coffee. Talk to AJ. I'm just...
Almost dead.
They'll live if we water them.
No, they still die.
They don't deserve
Once
water.
you bring them inside, they only get a few days.
Oh.
We just gonna act like we ain't hear that growling outside. Just gonna act like it was the wind. I kind of don't want to place it there in case, like, you know, a horde comes to crash the funeral. And then we won't be able to come back for it. Okay. I guess we're gonna leave. There's noises coming from out there. I think that was happening last time too, though. Let's talk to AJ
Time to go.
first.
Soon. You should leave that here during the funeral.
I didn't... That's not what I wanted, Clementine. But okay, we're just gonna leave. Head out now.
Ready?
Pay our respects.